What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts, as we jump into another brand new one. This one today coming to us from Benson. It goes by the name 4 Days. This is his first solo single drop of the year, and I'm very excited to jump into it. The video dropped this morning, and we are going to jump into it in just a second. Before that, though, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. As well as that, of course, please make sure if you want to support the channel, you are getting involved with our Patreon. That's patreon.com/CubCamTV for exclusive content, requested reactions, and you can also vote on upcoming DJ content and album listens. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into this one, brand new from Benson. Let's go. This instrumental is lovely. Woo! Those little organ notes, very clean. Yeah, there's something very smooth about this. The way the instrumental is structured right from the jump, there's a lot of movement going on with the percussion. It sounds very fluid. It doesn't sound like strict. It almost sounds like it's being played live. Again, the sort of little elements of Buju's vocals kind of cutting through that introduction. A lot of cool low-end notation coming in as well. The little organ lines running through the middle. This could be a wicked one. This is the sort of instrumental I love to hear Buju over as well. Something a little bit more out there, a little bit more kind of organic sounding. I'm really excited to see where he takes this, man.
Supposed to be my baby. You know I got you for this. Something that do me, baby. You never call me for this. If I do something, baby, sure you go tell me, baby. Cause you know the way I did. You know I need you.
This is exactly the sort of vocal we want to hear from Buju, isn't it? Just those really nice kind of additional harmonies floating in and around the background. Then on top of that as well, you've got this really nice kind of rolling 808 bass line underneath, sounding really, really cool. Loving the actual approach on the drums as well. Really sharp, but kind of natural sounding snare drum. Again, giving it quite like a cool hit in the middle. And again, the overall rhythm of this one's really nice. This, as I said before, is the sort of bag that I love to hear Buju in. Kind of being experimental, utilizing those vocal tones, those really unique vocal tones we know he has. This has been great so far.
Supposed to be my baby. You know I got you for this. Something to do me, baby. You never call me for this. If I do something, baby, sure you go tell me.
The video is quite nice as well, to be honest. I'm always a big fan in music videos of kind of using these backstage shots of the video being shot. I don't know why, but I feel they just kind of add a human element to tunes. Obviously, if you're building some sort of big blockbuster epic, then you don't need to have that element in there. But this looks like quite a lo-fi video regardless. Obviously, we're having these sort of like cut film shots, the light leaks. They're all kind of very typical elements to have in a video like this. And it works really, really well. Again, his vocals sounding great. Extensive hook as well. We've kind of had this rolling for a good 40 seconds now. Let's see where the rest of the tune goes.
Me don't jogodo, on cash, me go, my God, running over. Even if you wrong, go sokoto, I must follow you. You know, see me, I don't know, man. Come on, I be monkey. Everybody look me like monkey. You know, you say, you sabi say, I know that to play with my brother say.
I'm really liking the use of the harmony in the background. Sounds so good. Like we're getting this beautiful kind of mesh of different vocals, and Buju does it so well. He gives his voice this almost otherworldly kind of feel when he fuses these harmonies on top of each other. I think he might be one of the best out there at doing that. He's definitely got one of the most unique voices out there, without a shadow of a doubt. And you can hear how natural the voice is. There isn't actually that much electronic additions on top of the vocal to kind of pitch fix or anything like that. There's a slight kind of layer there, but there's always a slight kind of layer there. The majority of that like unique tonality comes from his actual vocal stacking, which is really, really cool. So, from the jump, my only gripe with this is the fact that the hook is going to take up most of the tune, which is fine. The first time we heard the hook, it went on for 40 seconds. We then heard essentially sort of 30 seconds of verse, and now we're back on the hook again. Now, for me, I would prefer to have a slightly shorter verse and a slightly shorter hook, and longer verse, because it just means the tune has more direction, less repetition. The hook is catchy, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like they could have maybe squeezed a bit more verse in there, made the tune either a bit longer, or just take sort of half off the verse. I don't think you need to have like a 16-bar verse on a tune that's only 2 minutes 40 long, you know? But that's just me, that's my preference.
Baby, baby. She go tell me, baby. Cause you know the way I did. You know I need you right beside me. You're supposed to be my baby. You know I got you for this. Something they do me, baby. You never call me for this. If I do something, baby.
Really cool thing about what's going on here, you can probably hear it, that additional kind of vocal in the background. Again, that's Buju just adding extra depth. It's such a cool little vocal melody. Like, you could imagine that being on a saxophone. You can imagine that being on the kind of organ chords we heard earlier. But that in the background, constantly giving the tune almost like a call and respond kind of feel, even though they're rolling over the top of each other. It's cool. It's a nice additional vocal element to roll into the mix. Again, I'm loving the bass line on this tune. I've got to say, that sort of stuttered 808 kind of bounce gives it a lot of energy, and it adds to the overall feel. There's not too much going on percussively as the tune's progressed. I thought this was going to be a lot more kind of wonky in the way it sounded, but it sounds very, very clean, to be honest with you. Great stuff.
Again,
more of these behind the scenes shots. I love stuff like this. I really like the fact they've brought that little organ line in as well, just to give an extra thing to the tune. But again, it's kind of upsetting that they only had one verse in this. I would have really liked this to been a bit more extended. The hook is so catchy as it is. You could have easily fit kind of two verses either side, but I'm assuming they're going for almost virality. Perhaps they're kind of going for that instantaneous hook catchiness, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know. My personal preference, I'd have quite liked a bit more verse on this one. But we'll let it run through to the end, and then give you our final breakdown there. There we go. Empire. Just double check who was on the directing side of things. I'm pretty sure I just saw a name pop up. There it is. Is that Eric Farvey? Is that an E? I'm assuming it's an E. I'll presume that's an E. But there we go. Directed by, it's either that or Prick Farvey, which I don't. Is it Prick Farvey? I'm assuming it's an E. I think it's an E. Yeah, Eric. We'll go Eric Farvey. But there we go. Cool video. The video is actually very, very solid. I like the fact you get all these sort of behind-the-scenes sort of scenarios with it. Let me just double-check down here. It should say directed by. It doesn't say it's directed by. Oh, well, we'll go. But yeah, good tune. Again, I would have preferred myself to have a slightly longer verse. The hook's really, really catchy, but by the end of the tune, it does seem to tire just a tad. And I feel they could have taken this tune to a lot more places with how catchy the hook is, how nice the instrumental is, the kind of different layers of instrumentation that work within it, and of course the backing vocals from Buju. But again, the video's clean. I love the sort of behind-the-scenes kind of feel, obviously in the photography studio and things like that. And again, it's a feel-good tune. The whole approach to the tune is feel-good, almost R&B influence sounding stuff, which works really nicely. But there we go, solid stuff from Buju as per. As always, friends, if you enjoyed this one, let me know in the comments section down below. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you about what you like or dislike about the tune. Please let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time, my friends. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. Man, they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.